everybody, I'm Joanna, and I have some juicy shit. Just, ew. Latin America is filled with complex relationships. I would love to say that these countries' rivalries and love affairs have all to do with logical things like the economy and history, but I can't. A lot of times these countries relate to each other in the same way high school cliques do. Gossip, backstabbing, making out. I see you, Peru.
Ooh, girl!
Just think about it as a good old geographical family reunion. You got cousins who love each other, tias who talk behind each other's backs, and that one weird guy who's apparently related to you but you don't know how. It's probably Belize. Soccer rivalries aside, there are wild dynamics between countries, and I'm here to explain them in ways we all understand.
Will I understand, Joanna?
Probably not. PR and DR, my friends here in New York, I like you. You guys are the biggest frenemies in the region, and it's uncomfortable because I'm always in the middle. It's like, don't bicker. Also, stop doing this. What am I doing? You guys fight over who has the best reggaeton, who cooks the meanest plantain, and who has the laziest Spanish. It's a tie. What you guys don't realize is that you're fighting with the mirror. You guys are like goths and punks. You swear you're super different, but to everyone else, you're both wearing spike collars from Hot Topic. And maybe that's why you hate each other, because you're essentially like the same person. I mean, it's PR and DR. It's one letter off, and even that letter sounds the same. Venezuela and Colombia are like twins separated at birth. We even have the same dad, and almost the same flag. Flag dad. Dad flag. Venezuela got adopted by like a slightly richer family, and everyone thought they had their shit together, like straight A student in oil and captain of the infrastructure team.
The infrastructure team,
I'm trying
Joanna?
too hard to make this metaphor. While Colombia had it rough, they went to rehab and kinda got their shit together. Venezuela stumbled upon a gambling addiction called socialism.
Joanna?
Let me have it! Venezuela used to be the one that bailed Colombia out of jail, but now Venezuelans are just moving to Colombia. Central America! You guys are like the artsy kids in high school. The ones that have their own hallway, and like when people wanted to invite them to stuff, it's like, oh no, well they probably have their own weird like Shakespeare shit to do. Maybe you sing, maybe you act, maybe you paint, but it doesn't matter. You're not on the football team, so no one really pays attention to you.
Are we talking about high school Joanna now?
Maybe Central America's high school me. But you know what's cool about being the artsy kid in the hallway? You're loud and f***ing proud, because you're not mainstream. Every 80s movie was based off you. And like any artsy group, there's always that one friend who's talented, but mildly delusional about their aspirations. Hey Costa Rica, what's up? Costa Rica, you are cool as but you call yourselves the Switzerland of Central America? Switzerland? I love your zip lines, but Switzerland has one of the most well-regarded infrastructures in the world. You can't put an address on an envelope. 10 meters away from the mango tree right next to the police station, but not the new one, the old one. Pura vida. Bolivia! We are so sorry. You just have not had a break, man. You are so landlocked. You're like that friend without a car. Except Chile took your car from you. Also, Chile has Latino penguins. Why are they so weird? You guys are still bitter about the car thing, and I don't blame you. I wish I could give you your car back.
Why don't they just buy another car?
It's a metaphor for land, Chris.
Well, how am I supposed to know
Were you
that?
not paying attention to the metaphor?
You're talking about cars!
Oh my God. Chile and Argentina, two countries determined to prove they are bougier than the other. You think you're European, arguing over your Malbec versus the Cabernet Sauvignon. Argentina's bitterness probably comes from the fact that like they were always the super hot cousin. Like they're still hot, but they were like, oh my God, hot in like the early 20th century. But then Chile, the like less sexy, not as cute, skinny little cousin really came into her own and is now kind of like kicking Argentina's ass. Another country that has a problem with Argentina is all of them. Uruguay's especially pissed because they're just seen as the Canada of Argentina, like the more boring version. Also, sorry Paraguay, I just realized I always forget you too. Shit. And then you got your normal beefs like Ecuador hates Peru, Mexico hates El Salvador, Brazil hates anyone they play soccer against. But the irony is that when we bump into each other like as human beings, we act like we're brother and sister. It's like we're best friends. It's weird, but I guess that's how family works. But tell me, what other country-to-country relationships did I miss? Tell me in the comments below, and if you can mention a Central American country by name, that would be dope. Until next time, I really like everybody. Don't be mad. I send my peace.